I'm like, wow.
This is not going to be the intro. I'm trying not to get banned. That is not a way to not get banned. Speaking of getting banned, did I tell you the whole TikTok, our TikTok channel got shadow banned again?
Oh yeah, I think you did.
If you, well, it was just in the last few days. I can't remember if I did or not.
No.
Jeez Louise. There we go. Don't mind me, people. I'm trying to adjust myself.
They're still my channel.
No, we're still there. It didn't get banned. It got shadow banned.
What's shadow ban mean? Explain this to me, please.
Shadow banned is your videos are up, but they severely limit who can see them. So I'll explain. Like our videos were getting, it got up to where a bad video would get like 500 views.
Yeah.
But the other ones are getting 1,000, 2,000. Sometimes they'd spike to 8 or whatever. And then last week, I put a couple. It was like 4 in a row. That was like 120 views, 140 views, 130 views.
So there's no official notice.
No, it didn't ban.
But
no, there's no notice on any shadow ban and any platform anywhere.
When we're trending at a minimum of 500 views of a video, and then all of a sudden, you get 100.
It just suddenly drops off.
Yeah.
And I looked it up, and usually a shadow ban lasts like 2 weeks. It's like, fuck, so we have like a week to go yet and that. I'm like, why? And on top of that, this is all TikTok, so the last video I uploaded, no, the second to last video I uploaded got a copyright strike again. There was no, we were talking, it was the last clip I was talking about the drag competitions for the kids.
Oh, yeah.
And then I was talking about the softball game, the softball story, the charity softball game I was in.
Yeah.
That's what we were talking about. And then the show ends. And it said audio was taken down for a copyright strike or a copyright infringement or whatever the hell. I'm like, for fucking what? There's no music. We're just like the last one. Whereas the last one, you're like, well, maybe it was free beer and hot wings, that whole spiel.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, fine. This one, it was a charity softball game in our fire department. What fucking?
We're getting shadow banned. Your neighbor's getting a black eye for not making the sandwich for a man right. A buddy of mine asked why, if it was wrong that he's sucking a dude. Never mind.
Yeah, we're getting a little more traction, so we got to be careful what we say.
Yeah. That's how it starts. That's how it starts.
That's
you
actually
heard it here first, folks.
That is how it starts. Yeah,
he's becoming censored.
Yeah, you don't want to censor at all. To an extent, like, you mean, I can't go on right from the get-go. You can't go on and start spewing off racial slurs and everything like that, because then our videos won't even see the light of day. But no, but
we'll just go over to Ukraine and join their militia. It's okay to be who you are over there.
That's white supremacists. That's neo-Nazis.
But we're supporting their war, aren't we?
It's true. That's very true. No. Oh, you remember that that wasp we saw up there? That huge one?
Hornet.
Yeah, it is a hornet. Did I tell you the kind? Yeah, all right. No? Okay.
You said it was a hornet.
It is a hornet. Yeah, it wasn't a wasp. It was a hornet.
It was a fucking bee on steroids.
It was. All right, so anyone listening or watching, we went up last Sunday, I think.
This past Sunday.
And we got a bunch of firewood from a trailer out in the country. Well, while we were up there, you and my daughter were going out. Yeah, it's always out there. It's probably a good 10, 12 miles. Who is it?
Steve.
Put him on. All right, I'll hold the story for a second.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, pal.
Hey, you're on air. We can hear you.
Let's go. Yeah, we're doing a podcast. I got you. All right.
We're live streaming right now.
We're not live. He's like, oh, sweet. What's up, buddy?
You gonna be up at like 7:30 tomorrow?
Yeah, I got you.
All right.
What?
Coffee's on me.
All of them, all over, on his nipples.
Right around 7:30-ish.
That was it.
You heard it here, 7:30.
Yeah, all right, brother.
All over his nipples.
Later.
Nipple coffee for everybody.
It's called mocha latte.
Yeah. Chai.
Milk lactate.
Chai.
It's a milk lactate.
So you my daughter,
Me and Nisi, daughter, whatever you'll call her,
are in the woodshed getting old. There's probably two
the
seasons
fucker
of
looked
wood.
in my soul.
So they're hauling wood out, and I'm watching this like thing fly over. I'm like, wow, what is that? It was like a wood bee. Like, it was large. And as it's flying, yeah, no exaggeration, it was probably a good inch, maybe a little more long.
About an inch and a half of a fucking...
It was a beast. And I'm looking at it, and I'm like, there's no hair on that. What the hell? And I'm like, oh, no. It's like, Charlie, be very, very slow.
Be very, very slow.
It was a wasp. Well, I'm glad I went in right before... Yeah, a hornet. So I'm glad I went in right after to get a good look at it. I looked it up. Ended up being a European hornet, which are actually pretty docile. But they pack a punch when they do decide to sting, because there's a lot of venom. Not like wouldn't kill, well, unless you're horribly allergic to them.
You see the ass on that thing?
It was large.
Even Kanye West wanted to marry it.
But here's the thing, I'm kind of interested. The slew of racial jokes there, but you can't say any of them nowadays. Rewind the clock 20 years. Oy vey.
Keeping up with the
George Carlin.
Kanye honeycomb. Sorry.
I'm kind of interested to see how big the nest is.
It's got... I was like... You know, it's just too perfect. I don't get very many good ones like that. Fuck you. You know, speaking of good ones, you remember that? You remember the chat? The pick your thing. You have $5. Pick your preference with the sex, and you said something.
Oh, that was ages ago, wasn't it?
Yeah, I won't say it verbatim. Hold on, I'll find it. I'll read it really quick. I
can't write that.
We have a group chat. Just a few of the guys, other hosts.
It'll never see the light of day.
No. It should not see the light of day. So, all right.
We probably all get banned from everything.
Remember?
Yes.
Now you know. I don't get very many good ones. I don't get too often many good ones. So we have this group chat. A couple of the co-hosts on the show.
You can't say that one.
I can say the end of it.
All right.
I just can't say too much of the specifics. All right, fellas. Pick the perfect woman. You have $5. Smart, great body, and a couple other options. So this guy says, "Now,
wait, how can you wait? Let me. How can you say anything with
great sex?" I can say that one. Look at the mid two, the $3 one and the $2 one.
Figure this one out.
You can't say
okay.
You can't. There's no way to put it nicely. I already said the top part.
A wee bit big, and. Mentally disabled.
Yeah, okay.
That's about as family friendly as we can make that.
All right, fellas, pick the perfect woman. You have $5. Smart, great body, pretty jolly, definitely a lower IQ, and great sex.
Yeah.
So the next person says, "So I have $3 left over," because each option has a price tag. Well, of course, me. I go, shit. None of the options I was looking for was on that list. ... You know, unconscious. Rich. That's because unconscious is free of charge. I drop bullshit. Just ask Bill Cosby. Got him. I don't even remember the rest of the conversation. I couldn't. I realized the joke I made after I made it, and I'm like, oh, that was good.
Oh, it's funny because it's true.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, so welcome back.
Yeah, hey, happy to be here.
Yeah,
I know we took a weekend off, so
this guy ghosted me 3 times.
Yeah.
The third one we canceled.
Yeah, well, I ghosted you the first one.
Friday, Saturday, and then Monday. And the rest of the week I was way too busy. But
yeah, well, Monday I can't. Yeah, that was just. It was just
It was a typhoon.
it was one of those weeks where you, as soon as you get up, you're like, hey, it's about to begin the day. Ha! Right in the dick.
I didn't have a bad week.
I woke up Monday. I went to bed Monday night after literally getting kicked in the nuts by life. I was like, really? I've already had a kidney stone. Come on.
I'm a bleeding kidney.
But I do apologize. Like I said, it was just fucking just hectic, man. Hectic.
Well, what are you gonna do?
Come back better than ever. That's what we're gonna do.
I suppose.
Eventually, we're gonna be on only one platform because we're gonna get banned from all the others.
I tell you, I was listening to Tim Pool yesterday's show.
Yeah.
Last night's show had the CEO of Rumble on again. The first time he was on
Rumble. What's Rumble?
Rumble. It's like YouTube. It's the alternative to YouTube.
Oh, I thought it was.
This guy-
Grinder.
This guy's not on Rumble. No, that's Mike.
Yeah.
Rick.
I'll have to check out Rumble.
Is
Is there an app for it?
Yes.
Where's my phone?
We are on Rumble. He is so fucking
I
lost.
thought we only had YouTube.
We have YouTube, Anchor, Spotify, Rumble.
I knew about YouTube and Spotify.
The
iHeartRadio.
iHeartRadio.
iTunes?
I think we're on iTunes. I can't remember all the shit we're on. The audio platforms.
I gotta start.
Anchor, when I upload to Anchor FM, it puts us on like 5 or 6 other, including Spotify, puts us on all those at
Nice.
once. That's why I go through Anchor, because then that's a lot of work I don't have to do. I just enter it in Anchor, and then it just mass distributes it. But anyway, going back, so the CEO of Rumble was on Tim Pool. The last time he was on was like back in late December, early January, and they were talking about their terms and conditions. And the members of Tim Cast were kind of, I don't want to say ripping apart like nasty, but they were picking through the terms and conditions of Rumble, and how Rumble is supposed to be like this free speech platform and not censor so much like YouTube was. But if you go through their terms and conditions, Rumble's terms and conditions were pretty much identical to YouTube and anything else. So if they wanted to, they could just censor you like that. So they were nitpicking it. Last night, when he came back on after like 6 months or so, they've completely restructured their whole terms and conditions because of that reason. He said, when we were on the show, that got us like, we got to change this, because it was like a legacy terms and conditions thing, because that's how a lot of these companies work. You get terms and conditions, and it's basically this blanket statement, maybe cut and paste a couple things here and there, but it's a blanket thing. So they've gone through and restructured the whole terms and conditions. Basically now it's written in legality form, like the U.S. court system is supposed to work. Like if they find something that is offensive or maybe deemed hate speech, quote unquote, it'll actually go before a public, I'm gonna say, jury, and the community will vote on it, kind of like Minds.com, where they'll vote on it, and the community will actually determine whether or not it'll get a strike, or it'll say, well, this content is deemed inappropriate, so it'll just have like this tag on it, and then you have to click, kind of like, when you go on Facebook or something, this may be graphic content, and you have to actually click it to remove the wall or whatever up on the video. So it's basically like that. Are you making a Rumble account?
I am.
So they're restructuring everything, and there's still things they want to work out, like the super chats on YouTube, where you could, like, when you're streaming live, you can send money in or whatever during the chat and actually have your chat like featured. They have like you can do that on a computer, but you can't do it on the app yet.
You can subscribe to channels on this?
Yeah. It's alternative to YouTube. Like YouTube is, in my opinion, is easier, but it's been around a lot longer, or been prevalent a lot longer. But yeah, we are on Rumble.
How do I search? Tapping the search button, it's not working.
It works on mine.
See, look, I'm not going crazy. Boom. Everything else, subscriptions. Let me try this. Use the bell icon. No, okay. This is... There we go.
There you go.
No. What the fuck? What the fuck?
And he's lost.
Oh my god. All right, whatever. I'll figure this out later. Okay, we're back. Hey, welcome back.
You're back again.
I am.
So yeah, they're on, and they're restructuring all their stuff. So it's not just we're just going to decide to ban you and whatever.
Yeah,
like they were talking about on the show last night how there was a C-SPAN video clip from C-SPAN, and it was, I think, Bernie Sanders talking.
He's still alive?
It was, yeah, he's like 50 years old. I mean, 50 years past 100, of course. But he was the clip was him talking, and it got banned. There was no it was banned.
On YouTube?
Yeah, on YouTube. Like YouTube, what I'm finding, the longer we get into this bullshit and the more things we talk about, YouTube and TikTok especially, their terms and conditions they don't give you a warning. They just fucking, if they don't like it, they'll just take shit off. And then you go to appeal. Here's the fucking kicker with that last TikTok one, going back to that. The first time they took the audio off the video for a copyright, they allowed me to appeal it. Then they came back and said it's still a violation. I'm like, but they didn't. I messaged them like, what the fuck is the violation? Like, what is it? No response. This time they didn't even give me a chance to respond to anything. Like nothing. They took the audio off, and I was searching around, nothing. They would not let me appeal it at all. I'm like, fuck, I'm gonna get off this fucking platform. Like, I gotta veer that community to an alternative to that or something. And you can't do it to YouTube because YouTube's the same fucking way. Like, I'm like, well, YouTube Shorts is a decent alternative to it. The only problem is you can only get 15-second clips on YouTube Shorts.
Yeah.
So, unfortunately, the two platforms that we do the best in are the two shittiest platforms to talk about stuff in.
That's ridiculous, man.
So, yeah, there's TikTok and everything. But, hey, I mean, if you want to show your tits and do whatever, and or whatever
they're not showing tits, they're breastfeeding.
Or just, of course. Or just, I don't know how many fucking things. What's the one where they always see the broads walking and then trip over nothing and then fall on a guitar, and then you just see meat that's cool.
The two pieces of roast beef or ham.
I mean that's educational. That's cool. I mean that's talking points, right?
We know meat curtains.
Yeah. But you talk about hey, maybe bringing kids to drag shows is a bad idea. Copyright strike. But hey, 2022, right? Fuck.
Okay. Well, come on. Look at our president. You know how old he is? Look at his wife. The only reason meat curtains is allowed on TikTok is because it's the only thing that his wife has to do with the country.
I got a
That's wrong.
News article
About his wife?
Did I even?
That's weird.
No.
Okay.
I get so many news. I can't remember what it was. There was.
That's a lot of notifications.
One of the. Well, this isn't even half of it, dude. Like every day, it's like this news just pops up, so it's hard to fish through them. This I kept up to here because there's one that I'll get. I'll just do it now because it's a short one. But it says this from the New York Post. Woman eaten by 20 pet cats after collapsing dead.
How'd she die?
That's a good question. I don't know. And I don't really want to know.
Well,
I was at work and I took my phone out to see what time it was, and it popped up as I took my phone out. I'm like, it's a good way to end the day.
Well, it's about time to hit the old dusty chick. Meow. What the fuck, man?
Corner had an easy job.
It's been so long since somebody's been eaten to death. Eaten
To death.
I don't know. Man. Fuck them. No, seriously, when's the last time you heard of something like that happening in this country?
I actually,
it's like 10, 20 years ago?
when I read that story, I don't even know if it was that long ago. I just, a older story popped into my head about a woman being eaten by cats who died in her apartment or something like
Why
that.
is it always women?
Because they're the one dying in their apartment. I don't know. Mostly it's men jumping off bridges or something.
Yeah, because men have nothing to be sad about, pussies.
Okay. You know why they're sad?
Hold on, really quick. I saw a TikTok video that made me laugh because Father's Day is Sunday.
I didn't know that.
I didn't even know until
completely
today.
Yeah, my mother's like, I picked my daughter up and she's like, yeah, Father's Day is Sunday. I'm like, it is?
Well, get this. I didn't realize, so I was walking out at work, and everyone's like, all right, Charlie, have fun. And people were saying bye. Like, all right, have a happy Father's Day, guys.
It is June.
I go, isn't that like next, like a couple weeks from now?
I thought it was next week too.
I go, isn't that a couple weeks from now? The one dude looks at me and goes, no, it's Sunday. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. It is?
Oh my God, I am naked. Come on in.
Well, so the TikTok video I saw earlier, it's the black comedian. He's talking about holidays. Mother's Day is the second most celebrated holiday in this country.
Right. Really?
Only beat out by Christmas. Yes.
Really? Halloween?
He did his research, and it was uploaded recently.
I'm shocked because I know Halloween's the most drunkiest holiday.
I thought Thanksgiving. Well, no, Thanksgiving is.
Are you sure?
Yes.
I thought
Thanksgiving's Eve is what is the most worse than Cinco de Mayo.
Really?
Yes.
Maybe just Halloween's the most horiest.
Oh, definitely. Definitely. Who
I get
doesn't
to dress up. You're fucking 38.
Who
Knock
doesn't
it off.
want a slutty nurse?
I still dress up.
So do I. Yeah. The one year I dressed up as Slash. No, so yeah, he goes, do you know where Father's Day ranked? And I'm sitting there watching them.
Probably like 13 out of 12.
20th.
I'm not surprised.
He goes,
nobody gives a shit.
He goes, I can't even think of 18 more holidays. He goes, and I did my research. Auburn Day.
The fuck is...
I don't fucking know. Is 12th. Columbus Day is 16th.
Doesn't everyone think Columbus a fucking racist? Like slavery and shit? Isn't that like the big thing? Like Columbus, Washington, Jefferson, fucking...
We are less important.
We are less important than old school fucking slave owners. Are you kidding me?
Hold on. What?
Hey, here's to all the fathers out there.
Auburn.
Ay vey. What the fuck is Auburn Day? This puzzled look on his face while searching. It just has a bunch of exclamation points.
Hold on. That's weird. Top 20 holidays.
All right. Maybe this is different. Maybe the list will be different. Maybe the list he got is just for a bit or something, and Father's Day really isn't that low.
Oh, wait, hold on. Well, the top 20. Okay.
Just skim down on what's the last one.
That's fucked up.
Oh.
Hold on.
Keep going.
Come on. Okay, I agree. Whatever.
That's depressing.
Father's Day. Where'd it go? I hate you.
Still looking. Still searching.
Read more. New Year. Christmas. Valentine's Day. Halloween. Ramadan. And Eid al-Fitr. I do apologize if I butchered that. The festival of breaking the fast. Ramadan. That's Catholic thing. All right. Easter.
Yom Kippur.
Thanksgiving. St. Patrick's Day. The fuck is Diwali?
I was gonna say, DeWalt Day is like A fucking tool has a day and it's higher than us?
Diwali is the Hindu festival of light celebrating the triumph of good over evil. Saturday, November 14th marks Diwali. It's celebrated in India. No, that's not right.
That just sounds like...
That's around the world. Hold on.
Oh, okay. That just sounds like something that would be like, did you see that movie Diwali or something? It is? You mean Wally? No, yeah, Diwali.
New Year's Eve is number 1.
All right.
Martin Luther King Day is number 2.
Really?
Valentine's Day is 3. This can't be right. Hold on. Oh my God.
Where is Father's Day? I just want to know where Father's Day is on these lists. Are you just making these lists up?
No.
Do you know how to spell?
United States most popular holidays. Okay, here we go.
All right. I refuse to believe.
Thanksgiving, Christmas,
Okay, yeah.
Memorial Day,
Okay.
Mother's Day. Mother's Day is 4th on this
Of
list.
course it is.
Veterans Day.
You mean, wait, which mothers? The ones that can give birth to their kids?
Yes.
Okay. Keep going.
I'm not even going to let you finish that one. Biological women who can bear children, Mother's Day.
That's a hot take.
Oh, I hope so. Veterans Day,
Okay.
Martin Luther King Day,
Yeah.
Labor Day,
All right.
then Father's Day.
All right.
Father's Day is...
At least it's not 20th.
Well, no. Here's the thing. Actually, this isn't accurate. This is the percentage of the country that celebrates these the most. 81% of America celebrates Thanksgiving.
Oh, okay.
70% Christmas. 76% Memorial Day. 75% Mother's Day. 74%.
That doesn't make any fucking sense because there's more workers than there are...
Labor Day. You're going to laugh at this one. Labor Day, 70%. Guess how much Father's Day is celebrated by Americans?
63.
70%.
Really?
It's funny that the exact...
It's a tie. Well,
Get to work, asshole.
put the fathers down below. That was actually my old job. They had 4 critical days a year. I mean, if you called in, you get a suspension, a day suspension without pay. It was Mother's Day and Father's Day,
Yep.
Super Bowl Sunday, and Valentine's Day. Because they'd have so many call-ins all 4 of those days.
yeah.
So they made them all their critical days.
Yeah, critical.
I missed my first 3 Father's Days. No, the first 2. The first 2 I missed. 'Cause the third one I was still there. I missed. I missed my first 2 Father's Days, and the third one I'm like, fuck it, I'm calling it. I don't give a shit. It was like I was a schmuck that was like, a company player. I was like, all right, my first Father's Day, I'll go to work. And my daughter was what, 3 months old at that time?
She was still young. Young.
3 months old now. Whatever. I didn't miss Mother's Day, just by chance, but I missed Father's Day. And I think that is the story of pretty much
America.
Most American fathers.
Yeah. Suck it up, pussy. Go back to work.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Let's go.
Yeah, so again, here's to all the fathers. It's coffee.
I'd pour some out for the homies, but I don't want to wreck the carpet.
Oh, yeah, because it's so pristine and clean right now.
It's got a lot of traffic. Leave it alone.
It is. Most of it's leather dye and everything else, glue.
Chalk outline.
We don't talk about that. Why does it look like a penis? Where's the rest of them? Fathers.
Underrated, man.
You know who's not underrated? Terrorists.
Terrorists. Those don't exist.
Yeah, the ones in the United States.
Hold on, real quick, because you just got me thinking about guns. Did you hear about they're trying to pass the bill on firearms about permits? They are trying to.
I know they're doing like rapid fire right now. They're pushing things through the House.
Yeah, one of them is even to go buy a run-of-the-mill 30-06, 30-30, 308,
A
270.
rifle? Really?
A shot 12 gauge, 20 gauge, 10 gauge.
They're trying to push them through rifles and shotguns now.
A permit. You need a permit to own and operate. You need a permit to own a firearm at all now. They're trying to push that through.
That's a fucking violation.
No, technically, here's the fucked up part. It is not a violation because you have the right to bear arms. They're just gonna figure out a way to fucking legally put a way to restrict it. Just like you. So, what happens when you commit?
True, yeah.
What happens when you commit a crime?
I don't know.
But let's go through what we know of the judicial.
You're arrested.
Okay, now let's say it's a felony, and you get charged.
Right.
What happens?
You lose a shit ton of. You can't vote.
You go to jail, right?
Yeah.
Or if you become
one would assume it.
If you become a convicted felon, regardless of whether you serve jail time or not,
right.
The minute you become a convicted felon, you lose a bunch of rights.
Yeah.
One of them is to own a firearm.
Right. Which has been like that for quite some time, right?
So, and it's as fucked up as it is, I hate to be the one to say it, there's no reason that shouldn't be able to pass. I don't agree with it. First and foremost, let me fucking say that. I don't agree with that. Any God-given fucking red-blooded fucking American breathing fucking patriot in this country should be able to go to his local hardware store, or not hardware store, gun store, outlet store, whatever, and buy a fucking firearm. If you pay your fucking taxes, you contribute to society. It doesn't matter if you got a felony charge because you were a little intoxicated and crashed your car into a ditch and nobody got hurt. But now you're convicted with a fucking felony, DUI. Not anything. Don't. You don't have to go there. But 18-year-old has sex with a 16-year-old, gets fucking thrown in jail for statutory rape. He's now a convicted felon.
Right.
Guess what? 18 and 16. 2 fucking years.
Well, didn't that the bill that passed through the House or any? I think anyway that was already in that bill. I think they were trying to raise the age of buying a pistol anyway to 21.
Oh yeah, that's already gone through.
Yeah.
Well,
It
it's
went
still
through-
state for state.
Yes.
But so here, but so you take your mom's car at 16 for a joyride and hit a telephone pole. You're not even drunk driving. You get convicted of felony charges.
Aren't you still a minor though?
Yes and no. You could be tried as an adult.
That's true.
So you can still get a felony conviction at the age of 16.
Right.
18, 21, doesn't matter. Whatever it is. You take your car, you have no valid driver's license, take your car and hit somebody. They don't die. Or let's say they die. Vehicular manslaughter. Mm-hmm. You're now a convicted felon because operating a vehicle unlawfully, whatever. There's a slew of charges you're going to get, convicted felonies. You can no longer own a gun. You can no longer fucking vote. You can no longer do a fucking bunch of shit.
But like I said, that's been like that for before.
But unfortunately, there are too many people that suffer poor circumstances, suffer bad accidents, bad things happen to sometimes good people make mistakes or bad choices and bad consequences come out of them. But there's no way there's ways to get back, but it takes years and years and years
Right.
or lots and lots of money.
Good lawyers.
I don't agree with the whole you need a permit just to own a fucking firearm of any type now, Bill. I hope they don't pass that.
You said state to state still, and this I know is 25 states, soon to be 26. Florida will, I guess that's going to be passing in the next few months. Are constitutional carry, like no permit, no anything.
Yeah.
It's your right to carry. You can go get a fire or a pistol. I'm hoping that the United States would just do that. That would be magical.
Yeah, but it's not gonna happen. You and I both know it's not gonna happen.
Well, at least there's a handful of states where it won't happen. No.
So, do I agree with it? No. 100% I do not agree with that. Because, you know what? I'm going to use this disclaimer. A lot of sarcasm coming your way. Lots and lots and lots.
On this show?
I actually hope it does pass.
Fuck outta here.
Because then all those bad guys will finally get their names in the system. Because they have to go get a permit to get the gun.
That's what they're trying to do. I'm glad you finally got it. You understand now. Now
it took a lot of beating.
All of us leftists can now give this man a round of applause. Now he gets it. All the bad guys will have to turn in their guns, and we can all hold hands and paint our toes and dye our hair.
Hands across America. Fuck that shit.
Hey,
Because that's not going to stop gang members, fucking career criminals, terrorists in America.
90. I just heard these numbers like the beginning of the week, and it's like 4 or 5 days ago now. But out of all the gun violence, was it 80 or 90% of it was mishandling weapons, firearms, cleaning, just self-inflicted wounds. I don't know. Suicide was a weird percentage of it. But out of, I don't know, what was it? It was, oh, fuck, man. I can't remember what the percentages were right off the top of my head. It was like 30% of it was gang-related violence or something like that. It was like literally, it was only in regards to what we're talking about here, like not even mass shootings, just like shootings, like, you know, it was like 1 or 2%. Most of the gun violence was accidental, self-infliction, something like that, but they lumped that in there with gun-related deaths or injuries or anything. So that inflates the numbers, which makes it really deceptive. And it's like, oh, look at all the numbers. Like, yeah, but if you break down what all the numbers are, it's like, it's not all what you think it is.
3% other, 54% suicide, 43% murder.
Right.
That's how many people died in 2021.
Right.
Of guns.
So that's a large, and what was it? It was like, I think the total number was like, well, maybe, I don't know if it was 2021, maybe it was 2019, these numbers came from. It was like 33,000-ish total. And I think it was like 60% or 2/3 was suicide and accidental. So that narrowed it down to like 11. And out of that, it was like 2,000 were murder. And see, I can't remember what the actual numbers were. I know the number was like 33,000 or something like that.
Hold on. All right. Let me.
This is, I think this is from Charlie Kirk. I think that's where I heard it. But anyway.
Fuck you.
Yeah, if everyone was armed with weapons, like firearms, that would be a
111 people. Whoa. Gun suicide. Every day, 321 people are shot in the United States. Among those, 111 people are shot and killed. 210 survive gunshot injuries. I'm trying to see how many people died last year from guns. There were 39,707 deaths. There were 39,707 deaths from firearms in the U.S. in 2019.
right.
Now,
Pardon the sparse dead air here and there.
yeah, sorry.
This is fact checking.
Pretty much, yeah.
This is what happens when you don't. We get in a side conversation that has nothing to do with what I actually have. We've got to fact check it.
41,000.
What?
In 2019, 41,000 people died from knife-related injuries. And that's everything.
Yeah, but see, that doesn't count because that's not
41,000.
We're talking about guns. That's more dangerous. What are you laughing at? Guns are clearly more dangerous. Not as many people. 4,100. You're right. 41 people died from knives. That's
4 plus 1 people died.
That's way less than guns.
41,000.
39 million people died from guns in 2021. Yesterday, 3 million people died from guns alone. Anyone watch The View? Because this is basically what they do. They just spew out bullshit.
41,000 people died in 2019 from knife recorded events. 39,707 people died from gun recorded events in 2019.
2, 3, carry the 5. Yeah, guns are more dangerous. I see. I don't know what you're trying to tell me. What do you people know? We're turning into a children's show. That's fucking... Maybe that's inappropriate.
Blues Clues. Oh, wait. Copyright. Shit, sorry. Don't put that bit on TikTok, all right?
We're fucking... we'll never get monetization. At least not on those channels.
Well, at least the terrorists in America will be able to get knives still, because at 16, you can go into Walmart and buy 20 pocket knives, and they're not going to ask you questions.
You are a terrorist in America.
Yes, because I think for myself. Along as well as the terrorists who marched on the Capitol January what?
6th?
Yes.
What about May 29th? May 29th.
Yeah, these terrorists, man.
The terrorism in the United States. Well, that I brought up because there's a terrorist warning at home now. This is from a week ago. In light of like the recent in light of the recent shootings. This is from the DHS.
Department of Homeland Security. Department of Homeland Security.
That's what happens when you talk about how dangerous guns are. You become so scared you can't.
Security. Right there.
Says the United States. This is from DHS.gov. It says the summary.
Hold on. .gov. So any of you fact checkers at home are like, oh, these guys are stupid.
No,
they
just from the Department of Homeland Security.
They just read off random shit. For the folks at home who don't know, anybody can create a .com. I can create a .com talking about how you like to drop off candy at parks where only adults are playing naked and say it's all fact. It could be 100% bullshit, or it could be true. Up to you. But .com or .gov, .org, and there's one more. I can't remember.
.net.
No, there's one more. .gov and .org are federally regulated, as in they have to go through federal guidelines, federal regulations to become a website. Which means they are heavily monitored, and because of our
they're not profit
Department of
.org and probably .gov too, they're non-profit.
Our Department of Misinformation, or as some people call it, the Ministry of Truth. You know, these guys
they're defunct now, so it doesn't.
I know.
Well, at least they like the images. They're defunct. They probably still exist. They probably existed the whole time. They're like, we're making this thing. Oh, that's backlash. Oh, we're getting rid of it. Just go back in the closet.
No, that's right. The Department of Misinformation. There was no such thing as a Department of Misinformation. We never said that.
What department?
Yeah. Look over here.
Yeah.
God.
So, the United States remains in a heightened threat environment, as noted in the previous bulletin. This is from DHS. DHS.gov.
DHL.
And several recent attacks have highlighted the dynamic and complex nature of the threat environment. In the coming months, we expect the threat environment to become more dynamic. This is an election season in the next few months.
Oh, yeah, fear-mongering. Go ahead.
As several high-profile events could be exploited to justify acts of violence against a range of possible targets. These targets could include public gatherings, faith-based institutions, schools, racial and religious minorities, government facilities, and personal U.S. Critical infrastructure, the media, and perceived ideological opponents. They just basically listed off events that have already happened.
So as long as you go to the grocery store and buy groceries while discussing with your neighbor your political views and how you think the government is doing what it's doing, whether it's right or wrong, that's the only way you're going to be safe. Okay, good.
Threat actors have recently mobilized to violence due to factors such as personal grievances, reactions to current events, and adhere to violent extremist ideologies, including racially or ethnically motivated or anti-government, anti-authority, violent extremism. You know what's funny about this is they bring up anti-government, anti-authority, violent extremism. You know they're talking about MAGA. Even though we've seen so many other extreme left organizations Lightfoot, Lori Lightfoot, calling a call to arms
Yes.
For like, is that not a clear fucking? Is that not inciting violence?
No,
How come
that
that's
is.
not inciting violence? How is it not inciting violence?
And here's the best part: the first thing you said, whether it be racially or ethically,
Yeah.
you'll never hear of anything other than against the black community violence. I mean, hold on. I said that a little biased.
Keep going.
The stuff that'll be propagated will mostly be anti-black stuff.
Right.
Because you heard about the shooting in the Brooklyn subway where it was a black man attacking white and Asian people and yelling racial slurs.
Right.
You heard about that, and literally the next day it was what? I didn't even know that. Wow, that's sad.
You know what's funny is you hear that, like, we always talk about, it's like, oh, how come this happened? This negative thing happened, which isn't what they're talking about, like, narrative-wise. And that's, like, buried. But it also works on the opposite spectrum, because this I just found out this morning. Mayra Flores, she's the first Mexican-born person elected to Congress. This is in Texas? You would think, with the current administration, that would be all over the news, right? She's Republican.
Oh, yeah.
So we don't hear about it.
Nope.
You know how I heard it? Some random account on TikTok. I had to look it up. Like, oh, shit, look at that. Not anywhere have I heard it anywhere else.
You won't. You won't hear about the...
And that's a good thing.
Barrier-breaking events like that.
That would be something that the administration, with
A
everything else,
woman-
would be like, oh, look at this. A woman, Mexican-born woman elected to Congress. So isn't that like this huge thing you put up on a pedestal? That's what they're doing with everything else.
They
Oh, wait a
said-
minute. There's an R next to her name. Fuck that broad.
Ruth Bader Ginsburg. you heard for years about the phenomenal things she did because she was the first woman to be in her position.
There was a whole bunch of times where I think... oh, never mind. Because I can't remember the name.
I'm sorry. But yeah, you heard nothing about nothing but greatness about Ruth Bader Ginsburg and all the fantastic, wonderful things she was doing. Because who she was and how she was breaking barriers.
Right.
Then there was the black woman who was elected in what state? First black woman?
Oh, was it Virginia?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You heard about that. But you don't hear nothing about the Mexican woman.
Yeah, but you know what? Here's the interesting thing with that.
Woman Republican.
She, I believe, was also Republican.
Yeah. But
She was also Republican.
here's the worst part.
And she, oh no, wait. Or
No,
was
you're
she-
right. She was Republican, and I only say that because you caught me off guard with that. I'm like, oh, I'd never heard nothing about her being Republican or Democratic. They were only pushing the narrative that she was the first black woman to be elected an official in that field or that position.
I almost want to say she wasn't. I want to say she was a Democrat. She was a military-serving Democrat, but was very hard on gun rights.
I don't think so. I don't know. I'm confused.
I'm just checking it right now.
That's fine. Please do. Because I could have almost swore I was under the impression she was Republican, and I was astonished to find that out. Because there was no narrative as to based on what her...
Oh, maybe it wasn't Virginia. Was it Jersey? Maybe it was... No. I cannot fucking remember.
Hold on, I got
This
this.
is the problem. You go through all this shit, and I can't remember. I don't know, but... Anyway, going back to the DHS, like that whole article I just read, they were talking about, in light of current events and everything, domestic terrorism, and upcoming events where things of that nature could happen. That same week, I think it was the same day that I wrote that down. This is last week again. Tim Pool got swatted again. The ninth time since December or January, the first time when I think I was working at the school and I texted to you as it was happening. I'm like, oh shit. Like, yeah, that's 9 times he got swatted again. They actually let the cameras roll. It was like 2 hours. Here's the funny part. It was like his show is usually about 2 hours long.
Yeah.
It was like 4.5 hours. So when I looked at it the next day and I listened to it, I'm like, 4.5 hours? That must have been a hell of an interview. It was like an hour in, they got swatted, and they just let the camera go for, it was like 3 hours at dead air. The funny part is, their dead air had more views than CNN. That's fucking stupid. It's the average views for the dead air. And the thing was, the reason why I had the comment section, they were having a blast with it. Like, the comment section kept the show going. Like, it was hilarious. Like, I was watching the comments. I'm like, Jeremy Hambley from The Quartering. You ever see that YouTube channel?
No.
It's one guy. He has this big beard. Although I guess he shaved it live on air. So I haven't seen it yet. But he's going to look fucking weird without it. But he's one that he talks about pretty much like us. He talks about just news going on. He talks about pop culture, just bullshit, video games, all sorts of shit.
Yeah.
He was swatted the same fucking day. Except he was held at gunpoint. Yeah. Him and his girlfriend or wife, they were swatted the same day in a similar fashion. So they think it was the same guy because both of them talk about bullshit like we do.
Yeah.
Where we're talking about, well, shit that the establishment probably doesn't like to hear. You know, stuff that's actually going on.
Yeah.
And concerns that people have. Parents.
It's a good thing we don't do lives like them.
Yeah. But, so he was swatted too. Here's the kicker with both of those swattings. They came a day after the Kavanaugh issue. You know, the Supreme Court justice.
Update me.
There was a potential kidnapping. There's a guy that was going to potentially kidnap and murder Justice Kavanaugh.
Wasn't that SCOTUS? No.
Yeah, SCOTUS.
SCOTUS.
Says,
okay, I do remember hearing about it, but I don't know the details.
This is on NPR.org. Police arrest an armed man outside of Justice Kavanaugh's house. An armed man arrested near Justice Brett Kavanaugh's home in Maryland was charged with attempts to kidnap or murder, or threatens to assault, kidnap, or murder. The justice, according to the charging document in the case. The man identified in the documents as Nicholas John Rosk, called Montgomery County Emergency Communications, not here, Montgomery County Emergency Communications Center. He's having an episode.
Today, Junior.
And told the call taker he was having suicidal thoughts and had a firearm in his suitcase. The document said he also told the call taker he came from California to kill a specific United States Supreme Court justice. This is all in light to the possible or probable overturning of Roe v. Wade. This is where this came from.
Yeah.
Officers from Montgomery County Police Department who were dispatched to the scene encouraged Rosk while he was still on the call. He was taken into custody without incident.
Good.
The man was armed and made threats against Justice Kavanaugh. The court said in a statement he was transported to Montgomery County District. All right, blah, 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 blah. So that is about, I guess, 45 minutes from where they do Tim Pool's show. So when the call came across, when the swatting came across, they considered it a credible threat because of what happened the day before, and because Tim Pool is an award-winning journalist, specifically in politics. They said it was a credible threat, so they had to evacuate the property, and they also brought the bomb squad, which I think is maybe the second time they brought the bomb squad to him. But then, again, what made it interesting is the same night, the Quartering got swatted. And you know what's stupid about it is probably nobody's going to get caught for the swattings.
They're not going to dig into it.
I guess what they did find was they traced the call to California. Of fucking course. Why wouldn't it be California? Probably San Francisco where Twitter is.
Hold on, relax.
Purely speculation.
Elon's working on it.
That too, yeah. He was, I guess they had, this is a side note. There was a, quote, leak conversation of Elon Musk having a pretty much board meeting with everyone that works at Twitter, and how everyone that works at Twitter was like up in arms about what Elon's doing, because he's like, he wants the platform to be fair speech. Like, you get your say, but so do they. And that goes either direction, which should be.
Yeah.
It's the way it should be.
Agreed.
But I guess they were up in arms about it. So, anyway, that's a side note. Hours after the guy that was arrested for the Justice Kavanaugh, Brett Kavanaugh's bullshit, pro-abortion protesters were showing up outside of his house protesting. Now, anyone who knows, you can't protest outside of a Supreme Court justice's house. It's illegal. Protesting is not illegal, right?
Correct.
But that is, because here's the difference. Let's say you go to a governor's house or a mayor or president, anything like that. The difference between the two, or do you know the difference between the two? You go Supreme Court,
Hold on.
Supreme Court justice and say anything. Governor. We'll just go with governor.
Hold on. Here's where I think the difference applies, and I'm not sure. You don't have to correct me. If I go to the Capitol building and protest saying fair speech, fair speech, fair speech,
Right.
That's okay. I can't go to the Capitol building's Supreme Court justice leader's house and say fair speech, fair speech. I can do it one place, but I can't do it the other.
No, you can go to
Okay.
someone's house and protest at their house. Here's the difference. The main difference between the two, let's say Supreme Court justice and a governor. One's elected, one is not. The way they make this distinction is if you go to a governor's house and you're protesting, you're basically telling the whoever's elected in, change your shit or we'll vote for the other guy, trying to sway them. You go to a justice's house, you're not trying to sway them because they're not elected.
Yeah,
So now
they're appointed.
that's basically, now you're trying to threaten them to change because they're not elected. There's nothing you're threatening, which you
gotcha.
can't do that. So that's why it's been law way before all this bullshit. You can't go to Supreme Court justice's house and protest outside their house
So
because you don't like something.
difference
That is
is
a federal offense.
Elected and appointed.
Yes.
Elected you can, appointed you can't.
Right.
So I can go to the president's house.
Technically, yes. Could you get there? Probably not. But technically, yes. But yeah, so that's illegal anyway. The fuckery is nobody. I mean, they were doing this before when the Roe v. Wade papers first leaked. What, a month and a half ago, when the Pfizer documents dropped there, that they were protesting then. No one they didn't do anything about it. In fact, when Jen Psaki was still before she stepped down and went to ABC or wherever she went, she was promoting it. She was like, they should be allowed to. It's like it's fucking illegal. What are you doing?
That's inciting.
And nothing is said about it. And then after the Kavanaugh thing, the guy's arrested hours later. They're back protesting in front of the same fucking house. Is anybody fucking home? Not literally, because he probably wasn't home at that time, but like fucking seriously though.
He opens the door.
But
What are you guys doing? Come on in.
But January 6th. And that's what's constantly thrown out. It's kind of like the Meg thing, 9/11. Oh, what are you going to do when you're, Meg from Family Guy, yeah. When, what was she, running for something or whatever? Was it an episode? And all she did was kept saying 9/11 and everyone just cheered.
Oh, yeah.
9/11. Yeah.
Class president or something like that.
Yeah, whatever the fuck it was.
I remember.
Or was it Meg or Lois? I don't know, one of them.
No, it was Lois, and what was she running for?
I don't know, but the point is, like, also
Mayor. She was voting against. She was going against Adam West because Mayor Adam West would say,
yes,
he would say random shit. And people were like, yeah,
and then she just go 9/11. That's what they're doing in the opposite sense. Shit happens. They go, oh well, you remember January 6th? And they just throw that out there as a talking point. Like, it was so bad, it was evil. You're right. It was terrible. In comparison to everything fucking else. January 6th. But then, like I said, there's so many other instances where it's the same idea as January 6th.
They really want to make their head spin? Fucking tell the Democrats, tell the left, Democrats, whatever. Hey, you can only choose one to talk about from now on. January 6th or Black Lives Matter, or not Black Lives Matter, Buffalo shooting.
They'll stay with January 6th because one cop died. I mean, they'll inflate the numbers. And it was natural causes, too. It wasn't even fucking gun or anything. He died, but it was like 18 cops were brutally murdered by a chain gun. Jesse Ventura.
Chewing tobacco.
Old Faithful.
Becoming a sexual Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Yeah. There's also January 27.
You can't say the rest.
January 2017, where a bunch of leftists rioted outside of the White House. And that's never brought up. Nowhere near as much January 6th of 2020 or 2021. But, you know, that also happened. And then BLM riots, where there was what? How many billions? It was like $2 billion or something like that.
Damages.
2 to 3. Yeah, and damages. Like, multiple police officers. It was like 300 and something police officers attacked or something like that. I can't remember the actual numbers.
Enough to make it stagger.
But that doesn't count. That was mostly peaceful. Again, that was promoted all over the media as like this. Sometimes revolutions can be violent. It was bullshit that Chris Cuomo or something said. Like,
oh
like,
yeah, I remember that. Fuck you, Cuomo family.
Well, he's gone. And now he's, we talked about that before. Now he's coming down. It's like, CNN did this. It's like, fuck you. You were there. You knew about it the whole time. You're just doing it because they fucking released you.
Yeah. Way to jump on the bandwagon, you fucking Chris.
Biden says none of our rights are absolute. Supreme Court rules that Constitution does not apply to 60% of the U.S. population. Okays warrantless assault and home invasion by armed agents. This is the whole thing where federal agents are now allowed to physically assault. Right? Not physically assault. Basically, they're allowed to search your house if they deem it necessary within 100 miles of coast, like borders or the coastline. You hear anything about that?
No.
No? Supreme Court ruling. In Ebert versus Buell, the conservative majority on the court ruled an individual business owner did not have cause to bring an action seeking damages against a federal agent accused of physically assaulting him. The ruling set an abhorrent precedent that legal experts said would make it virtually impossible to sue federal officials. The case involved Richard Buell, who owns the Smuggler's Inn, a bed and breakfast near the U.S.-Canada border in Washington. Buell worked as an informant for Customs and Border Protection, occasionally facilitating transportation and lodging for undocumented immigrants and subsequently reporting them to federal officers. So he was working with them. In 2014, a scuffle took place between Buell and a Border Patrol agent. Buell had informed Eric Egbert, of a potential undocumented immigrant arriving at his inn, but Buell resisted when Egbert came to investigate, and the agent allegedly pushed the inn owner to the ground. Egbert allegedly then reported Buell to the Washington Department of Licensing for his smuggler, quote-unquote, license plate, and to the Internal Revenue Service, which prompted an audit. Buell eventually sued Egbert for a Fourth Amendment excessive use of force violation and a First Amendment unlawful retaliation violation.
It's fucking Jesus.
Where is...
So it's federal, correct? Is what you're saying? It's not like state-wise?
No, it's federal.
Okay. I hate to say it like this, but unfortunately we know the federal government can walk in and say, well, too bad, so sad, we're doing what we want anyway.
They can in some instances. Hold on, I'm looking for... There was one specific article.
It's all good.
Biden says Second Amendment is Second Amendment is not absolute. Calls for weapons assault ban.
Wait, what? Say that again?
Assault weapons ban. Biden says Second Amendment is not absolute. Calls for assault weapons ban. You know, assault rifles.
Yeah. You mean that 12-gauge shotgun that they shot the watermelon with on that CNN episode?
Oh yeah, I saw that.
That was amazing.
Did you? You know, it's funny when Biden says, you know, getting rid of the AR and everything, the AR-15, and he's like, just get yourself a shotgun. Now, you ever shoot like a 5.56 or, you know, you shot a 5.56, right? Okay.
Yeah.
You shot a 12 gauge. You shot a 20 gauge, right? Is there a little bit of a difference between the kick? A little bit of difference between the power between the two? We'll even go a bird shot.
Honestly, I mean, I've shot so many guns in my life. I mean, I want to say, but I don't know.
I will tell you there is a major fucking difference. Telling someone to just go get yourself a shotgun to somebody who's never held a firearm before, never like just for home defense, get yourself that is a fucking terrible idea.
So here's the thing. Okay, you mean like, are you talking about the kick or the
power?
effect?
The kick.
Okay. Yes.
I'm not talking about effect.
There is a blatant difference.
There's a major difference between the two.
You will feel, yeah, okay. Now, when it comes to 5.56 or even 2.23 versus birdshot, you can live.
Right.
Slug, even from a 20 gauge,
It's different.
much different.
Yeah. When they tell you to hug that thing, you fucking better hug it. It says, this is quote. This is from the New York Post. It says, quote, I respect the culture and the tradition and the concerns of lawful gun owners, Biden said from the White House. At the same time, the Second Amendment, like all other rights, are not absolute. That fucking statement right there completely contradicts itself.
Oh, hell yeah.
Then the Bill of Rights and the Constitution are not rights, they are privileges. Going back to George Carlin. And George Carlin said that. I was thinking of one of his last stand-ups, specials he did. He said, you don't have rights, you have privileges. If they can take the rights away, they are not rights, because rights can't be taken away. They are privileges. Your license is a privilege.
Your right to vote is a privilege.
Right. Quote, we need to ban assault weapons and high-capacity magazines, Biden affirmed. And if we can't ban assault weapons, then we should raise the age to purchase them from 18 to 21.
So at that point, that's a fucking snake move right there. He's appeasing the Democrats by saying, oh, gun control, gun control, gun control. But then he's not losing all the rights or the Republicans because, well, I mean, as long as he's not taking it away, I guess if I had to choose between the two, I guess I would settle for raise the age.
Right. It says, quote, there's a serious youth mental health crisis in this country.
It's your fault.
We have to do something about. I said, that's why mental health is the heart of my unity agenda that I laid out for the State of the Union address, or in the State of the Union address. We must provide more school counselors, more school nurses, more mental health services for students, and more teachers, more people volunteering as mentors to help young people succeed.
It's fucked up. It really is. Because the whole mental health issues that are coming around.
We talked about mental health in the last
Yep.
show. But where do you think a lot of this, and especially in the last couple of years, it's from the fucking lockdowns and shit we had. I mean, that affected a lot of people. Divorce rates skyrocketed through the roof.
And you're not, as a culture, we've become this society where there's no more accepting responsibility for your actions.
No, and you know what's interesting about that too? When you're watching a sport and someone runs on the field, what do?
They usually woohoo, and they're
No. What when you're watching something on TV and someone runs on the field, what do they usually do? Not the person running on the field.
With the athlete,
No. What do the cameras do?
they follow him. I'm confused.
I've never seen them follow him. Every time I've watched someone, let's say in wrestling or something, someone run in the ring from the crowd,
Oh, okay. So
it's always pulled away. On when you watch football or something,
Yeah.
someone runs on the field, it always pulls away. They never show it. Why? Because they don't want to promote it. They don't want to promote the activity. They don't want to give other people the idea, hey, do this thing for attention.
yeah,
Okay. You agree?
yeah, okay.
Baseball.
No, I agree with that 100%. That's a smart thing to do.
When there's a mass shooting, what do?
They blast it across social media.
His name, his face, it's all over everywhere. News, it's at fucking milk cartons, it's everywhere.
I understand. So I see where you're coming from. But in the same breath, it's kind of like a double-edged sword. I agree with you. You shouldn't really blast. To see who someone is and know where they've come from as a society, it's kind of like the herd mentality. What happens? Okay, so we'll use wild animals, wild herds as an example. What happens when there's a sick buffalo in the herd of buffalo?
Well, and in Buffalo, they leave them behind.
They go and they move and they stay on the outside. Why? Let the predators pick them off.
Right.
Here's the thing. Here's what I'm getting at with this point. The herd as a whole recognizes a weakness and says, there's a problem. How do we get rid of it? Oh, we do it like this. Now, in nature, it's a little more extreme. They put him at the back of the pack, or they just keep moving, leave him trailing. This way, predators come, grab him, and go. As a society, this herd mentality, which is a big thing, look, here's a problem. How do we get rid of it? But that's where they're fucking up. They're not, here's a problem, how do we fix it? It's, there's a problem. Look at all the negative. They're not focusing on what caused it. You're not hearing anything in the news about how John Doe was molested by Father McNeely for 20 years or for 2 years while he was an altar boy, and how he was beat by his mom and dad.
Well, I beg to differ. If you rewind the clock about 20 years, that was all over the news.
But what I'm saying is like today, you're not hearing about a lot of the stuff that came from it. You don't hear about, the guy in Texas. You don't know about his parents. Do you know anything about his parents? You hear about anything about that in the news?
I don't know.
Did you hear about any drug-related issues the kid had? Did you hear about any social issues the kid had?
Yes.
Social issues, huh?
Yeah.
Transgender, something like that? Some other shit?
I don't know. I know there was the transgender thing, or what? I don't even know if it was transgender. I just know he was like, there's pictures of him cross-dressing. Honestly, though, I didn't pay much attention to that. I was looking more at what happened. That was more the Uvalde police.
And there you go. I'm not saying you did wrong in that instance, but the media got the mission accomplished.
But even when we were talking about it on the show, I didn't talk about his name because I wasn't gonna like.
And I'm at fault for that too.
Just for the bullshit with like the sports, whatever streakers or whatever the hell. Like they don't show them, and like this is something I've noticed before because this has been in the news before. It's like when shit happens like this, it's blown up all over everywhere, so everyone knows. This is what he did. 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 This is his name. This is where he's from. We know everything about this guy.
But what may have led up to it?
But the copycat. That's the point.
Exactly. They're not pointing out. Sorry to cut you off. They're not pointing out. Now, what have I said before about hardwiring? You remember that whole conversation we had? There are some fucking people in this world that are just hardwired wrong.
Yeah.
But
is that right from the get-go, or is that from upbringing?
It's either way. And that's the thing. You never hear about anything back.
I don't know if it's either way, though.
It could be either or is what I'm saying. Or it could be both is what I'm saying. It could be hardwiring from the get-go, right out the gate. Mom and dad, by today's norm standards, you know, classic blue-blooded Americans, red-blooded, blue-blooded Americans, you know, blue-collar, red-blooded, blue-collar Americans, you know, paying the taxes, following the rules, but the kid's just got something wrong with him. He's hardwired wrong. Or you got John Doe, who was molested, beaten, gang violence, all this stuff that led him to that decision in his life. You're not hearing or seeing anything about that. You never hear about anything. You know, how old was this kid when this happened? 17, 18, 19?
18 or 19, something like that.
So, do you know anything about his lifestyle before, his family life? Was he seeing a therapist? Did he have a drug problem?
Again, I don't know because when I was looking at the whole situation, I was primarily, we had the time frame, whatever, the timeline that everything happened, and my issue was the Uvalde police, like that, the response and everything. So as far as like him, like I didn't look up anything as far as that. So asking me is just.
But what I'm saying is like, so I'm sure, and that's where we're both at fault. I will own that 100%. We were both at fault.
Yeah, but I didn't want to know anything about him. Like I didn't give a shit. My issue in the whole ordeal was the police. So in regards to this,
you're right, and that is a big issue that still needs to be addressed. But getting back to what you were saying before about the not showing it versus airing the dirty laundry out in the open, that's where I think, yes, it should be a broadcasted thing. It should be, people should be made aware of it. It is a very tragic thing. There's a lot of factors that need to be reviewed and gone over with a fine-tooth comb. But one of the biggest things that isn't is the past. Everything leading up to that moment. All you hear is, oh, crazed gunman going to kidnap Kavanaugh. Okay. What was he doing before? Suicidal thoughts. What made him suicidal? What was going on? Was he a war vet that was being denied VA benefits and being what he considered America turning his back on him? His government he fought and almost died for?
I don't know. Apparently he went there because of the Roe v. Wade thing.
Regardless, that's what we're being told caused him to go there. But if he was having suicidal thoughts, what was causing him to be suicidal? People try to say suicide.
You're kind of losing me here. What's your argument?
What made him suicidal? You said that he was having suicidal thoughts. He told the caller.
I know, but what's the connection between this and showing them or not showing them?
All they did was show that a crazed gunman was going to kidnap Kavanaugh.
But why would you show him? That's what I'm saying. Why blow it up? If your argument is we should get these people their help they need, figure out why they did it or whatever it is, that's fine. Why do we need to broadcast who he is? It would be the same thing. The issue, remember years ago, Dr. Phil had that on his show, and this really pissed me off when I heard it. This is like 10 years ago or so. He had this kid that he had like 9 of 11 or 12 signs of being a future serial killer. and they blasted him. They had him on the Dr. Phil show and talking to his parents, and the kid's right there while the parents and Dr. Phil are going back and forth talking about he has all these things where he could be a serial killer later in life. And putting that kid up there in that position, nationally televised, I was like, what the fuck are you doing? I don't give a shit whether Dr. Phil is a doctor or not. Like, why? Because now this kid is going to have that stigma across the nation to people he maybe goes to school with, to people he will meet. And now with social media and everything else, that video is forever in the public space. So now he's got that stigma no matter what. That's my problem with publishing this shit. And that it's not even like defending or attacking or whatever, whoever did it. My problem is if you have a problem, like, all right, this person that shot someone has mental issues, illnesses, why fucking put it so everyone can see it? Get them the help they need. We don't need a public hearing to figure out what's going on, who it is, and why they did whatever. Nobody should give a shit.
The argument I'm making, I agree with publicizing an issue, but I don't agree, like you said, their name, address, all that shit does not need to be blasted. I agree.
That's what I'm saying.
I agree.
You want to publicize an issue, fine. That's fine.
And that's where I'm saying they should, but not to the extent that they're doing it as they are. If they're going to publicize like the mass shooting,
right?
Hey, 18-year-old male opened fire at a school, killed so many, took this long, issue with the police. The dude suffered from mental health issues. These are what they were. These were the signs. This is mental health awareness. That's what they should be blasting.
And they do to an extent. You always hear in talking points, and this goes left and right. Right now, the left, because Democrats are obviously in office for now, because it's not looking good for them come November. But you hear it all the time. It's like, we are going to, I mean, I just read the article where Biden's like, oh, I'm going to make mental health, whatever, one of the focus points or the center, like the structure for my, whatever I want to push, blah, blah, blah. Same bullshit, different day. But then nothing's fucking done. Exactly. Or when they do, it's like, we just donated $100,000 to the national. It's like, $100,000? Well, you're fucking printing like $3 trillion or $2 trillion or whatever in the last, like, since you took office. Like, what the fuck is $100,000? Of course, it's like, it's a hyperbole, but whatever. You know, like they
everybody just needs $1 trillion coin.
That's right. Don't worry, we'll smelt it down when we're done. It's gonna get to the point where
I rambled a bit, but the point I was making was put the mental health or don't blast the details of who the person is and where they're from.
I understand.
Put on blast the mental health aspect of it.
Actually, I can't even say I understand because I don't understand why they do it all. But I don't know. Mental health is a problem.
So, but that's just it. That's just it. Here's the thing. So here's my. Follow me along this little rabbit trail a little bit. If they had put on blast more in the last 6 months, because we're in the 6th month of the year now, in the last 6 months, all the mass shootings, if they had put on blast the mental health awareness aspect of it, that'd be like, you would literally be forcing mental health awareness down people's throats to the point where, all right, enough with this left-right bullshit. Let's get this fucking figured out so we can get this on to the next agenda.
Okay.
You're gonna... I feel like it would... I don't know. I think it'd bring a lot more awareness to it. I think it would bring a lot more, all right, let's figure out what's causing mental health issues. Gender dysphoria, suicidal tendencies, whatever. A bunch of stuff.
Finances.
Oh,
like
yeah.
a recession.
Huh.
Which is supposed to now, before they said we were in, well, they were talking about stagflation, possible recession. Now they're saying recession is going to hit early 2023. And the reason why I say now they're claiming, experts, quote unquote, are saying it's definitely going to hit early 2023 because now there's a bunch of Fortune 500 companies that are gearing up for it. And going a couple years ago when I was working, this is a conversation I had with an old buddy of mine. we were talking about when they first did the lockdowns, and it was carried off. First it was 2 weeks, and then it like carried into the summer. And I noticed Vince McMahon was getting rid of contracts, and he did something else. I think he sold stock or something. The moves he was making were being reported like he was getting ready to prepare to be locked down for the next year. And I said, judging by what McMahon's doing, like business-wise, I told my buddy, I go, I think we're going to be in a lockdown for about a year at least more. And this would have been July-ish of 2019. And we were in lockdown until about the next, like, what, May or June?
Yeah.
That's when they started to open things, like, really open things up next to it, which was, if you want to know what we're going to do financially or just nationwide, pay attention to what huge businesses do. And right now, large businesses, Fortune 500 companies, like I said, are gearing up for an inflation to hit early 2023.
Where nobody's going to spend money. Because
That's stagflation.
that was a recession. It's when the spending drops.
Where spending drops, yeah. Like, all right, stagflation is stock market. You're right.
Sorry. Okay.
Recession, like stagflation, right now everyone's selling. That's why everything is just tanking. And crypto and stock market, like everything, it's just red. It's a bearish market across the board. And then going on with that, inflation last week took a quote unexpected jump to 8.6%, which is a 40-year high, which is fucking disgusting. Last week, the gas here, I guess it went down 6 cents. It was $5.05 a gallon.
Now it's down to $4.99.
Yeah, now it's down to $4.99. That's where you go, oh, $4.99, that's not bad, which is fucking
it's
gross.
fucking sad because I just said this to a friend of mine. I was on the way home from work. And he's going, oh, man, you should have gone out to PA today to get your gas. I'm like, why? This one spot. Most places in PA are $5.20, $5.30.
Right.
This one place in PA, $4.78. I'm like, it's sad. I literally said this verbatim. It's fucking
$4.85 down here.
It's Stewart's?
No, the place right there.
Oh, Sunmart.
I know.
I literally said, oh, wow, $4.75. That's not bad. He goes, yeah, I know.
Isn't that fucking gross?
I said this verbatim. I said this. I go, and you know what's fucking sad? The fact that I actually look at $4.75 as a break.
Yeah. You know what's funny? I think last week, maybe a week before, I was watching one of our old shows, and in it, I go on a mini rant, and I'm like, gas is up to $3.89 a fucking gallon. And I'm sitting here listening to it. This is from like 6-7 months ago. This must have been November or something like that. And I'm looking at it like, man, if I only knew.
Yeah.
It's going to go higher. But the price outlook for everything is by August, it's going to be a $6 national average. Out in California, it's already $7.20 or some $7.15, $7.20 a gallon, parts of California. You might know more about this. The DEF and diesel?
DEF and diesel, yeah.
Okay.
Diesel exhaust fluid is DEF.
There's supposed to be a shortage in that.
Okay.
Toward the end of summer.
Now, here's the thing.
Go ahead.
The whole perception of a shortage, it's more because of the amount that we're spending per barrel. So what a lot of people don't realize is when we buy petroleum, refined and unrefined, refined is the gas that goes into your car.
Right.
Unrefined is the diesel that goes into your bigger engines, your diesel versions.
Right.
It costs so much more, and which is crazy. It costs more to buy unrefined than it costs to buy refined.
It's organic and non-organic. It's the same idea.
Exactly. The shortage aspect of it is it's not so much that we're going to be short. We're going to be buying
I already
less.
Know. It's not buying less even. I already know why. The DEF, what you say. That's why I wanted to ask you. The diesel, quote unquote, shortage. That's because cost of production outweighs profit.
Yeah.
The profit margin. That's why it's a shortage.
Now you're in the red. You're no longer in the black.
Now you're, especially for the fuel industry where they're going to look, it's like we're not making money for making diesel, so they're not going to make as much. which again is going to trickle down on fucking everything else. Yeah. That's when trucks are going to be veered into electric.
There's not going to be a DEF shortage. You know why?
Why?
Just take a pee in your tank. Just take a pee in your DEF tank, and I'll explain why. You truckers at home know what I'm talking about. I just got to make sure.
I'm right.
No. I got to remember all the chemicals.
Okay. I guess Biden is looking to reset relationships with the Saudis too because of all this. Which is funny because he's cutting out. He wants to cut off fuel ties or oil ties with Russia because we're in war and sanctions and everything with Russia. But the Saudis are fucking like murderers and everything. They killed that one fucking news reporter, beheaded him. Go ahead.
Yeah, sorry. The urea,
all right,
used in the manufacture of DEF is synthetically derived from ammonia and carbon dioxide, and urea production plants are often adjacent to other sites where ammonia is produced. So, the urea, which is in urine, I'll just keep peeing in my DEF tank. I'll be fine.
Would that work?
I don't know.
For science.
For science. Charlie, get it out. Leave me alone.
Get your cock out of my Christ, you
I'm almost
son of a
finished.
bitch.
I'm almost finished. No, because there was myths like cow and bat urine. No, urea is synthetic. It's synthetically developed, and it is a chemical. The natural occurring urea, which is in urine,
right?
They synthetically They synthetically engineered it to be able to basically absorb the carbon emissions from the diesel exhaust, so that when it gets pumped out into the air, it's just basic fucking dirty piss.
So we're expected to have, again, more record-breaking national price averages for gas. $6 they're saying right now. On top of that, the agriculture shortage that is inevitably going to hit this fall if we keep going down this path. I posted about this earlier this week about it.
I remember.
I kind of made some bullshit things like I hope your Farmville skills are sharp, just because of the oil shortage, fossil fuel shortage that we're not getting from Russia. A lot of our farmers, which I think we said before, get their fertilizer from Russian oil. Well, because of that, now they're predicting come this August, September, it's going to be a 40% lower predicted crop, like across the board, which 40% is a fucking huge number. That's why I said get your Farmville skills sharp.
Well, think about it this way. Let's use some dumb numbers, some dumb examples.
All right.
You have 100 people.
Right.
100 pieces of corn. You lose 40% of that product. You're only down to 60 pieces of corn now. And you got 100 people to feed. What do you do?
Look how we reacted to toilet paper, which wasn't even a fucking shortage.
No, I know.
That was just we're back a week.
People fighting in stores for it.
We're back a week because shipping.
I wasn't backed up. I pooped every day.
So again, when people say that's not going to happen, it's like we fucking freaked out over toilet paper. Are you fucking kidding me? Over fucking toilet paper.
This is conspiracy Charlie coming in now. Conspiracy theory Charlie kicking in.
Come on in.
No better way to keep your country under thumb than to make them beg you for help.
No, of course not. That's not even conspiracy. You just have to fucking look back on history.
I genuinely feel that a lot of this was and still is preventable, but it's not going to be prevented because you can't have people depending on you if they can depend on themselves.
Here's what I really think, and maybe it is that. Maybe it is just trying to, bend at the knee and that kind of bullshit. Maybe. But what I really think is happening right now, if you look back on Biden's running points, he said verbatim, I am getting us off fossil fuels. The problem is our infrastructure is built solely on fossil fuels. We are, to the core, built on oil, gas, diesel. Have been since we got off coal. Mm-hmm. I think Biden is doing what he said. I'm getting us off fossil fuels without realizing apparently the complete administration, without realizing, listen, this isn't like a Band-Aid where you just, the quicker you rip it off, the better you'll be. Like, this is fucking, like, the infrastructure is built on this. If you just suddenly take it out, you're crippling everything across the board.
So basically what you're saying is he's a marathon runner who ran out of the house to cross the finish line without his shoes.
That was a terrible analogy.
I liked it. Fuck you. I liked it. Oh, hot coal. Oh, don't worry, your bare feet will be fine.
And what is constantly said, too, by the left is just get electric. Just get electric.
Yeah, ask California how that's working with the rolling blackouts.
Exactly. And
they can't even provide enough fucking electricity.
And I've said this a couple times this week. I had this conversation, and they say, get electric. I go, if there's anything we as a nation have learned, a couple years ago during the ice storm that California and New Mexico or wherever the fuck had, especially in the Panhandle, what happened? They lost power. How easy? They fucking lost power, and it crippled them. Mm-hmm. There's one thing that this country, as far as advanced and technologically like innovative as it is, our power grid is still fucking power lines on fucking dead trees dug into the ground.
Those are dead trees?
Grid.
I just thought it was the planet having boners.
It was. Charlie, get down off there.
What?
Our power grid is so fragile.
Fuck you.
Our grid is so fragile. Now, two things. Beyond that, one is 60% or like 63% of the electric that's produced in this country is produced by what?
Water.
No, fossil fuels.
Oh my God.
Two, if everyone just, okay, let's go with the administration's idea of like, let's just all get electric. Fine. Okay. We all get electric. We all have our charging stations. What the fuck do you think that's going to do to the grid? Everyone just plugs in and starts charging. It's going to fucking crash it big time. Yeah. And that,
it's basically going to be like a girl accidentally put a party popper up her hoo-hoo rather than a tampon. Pull the string.
Yeah, it's already proven to be fucking horribly weak.
And it's not green. We've talked about it on a previous episode. The manufacturing, the steps to make one electric battery for a car, and some of them run on multiple batteries.
Yeah,
takes a plethora of resources that produce sheer waste. Non-recyclable, non-renewable, non-reusable, non-fuckable waste.
Unidentified fuckable objects.
There you go. Non-reusable, non-renewable, non-fuckable.
So, a hooker. This is a serious show.
They don't have souls. They're dead.
Oh, jeez.
You got to watch Paradise PD.
Did you?
There's an episode where
you showed me like some clip.
Yeah, there's an episode where Chief Crawford says to Kevin, "Hey, make sure you bring that hooker Gina over to the place and have her scare the bad guys. Hooker Gina's dead." "No, son." "Oh, it's not like Hooker Gina." He goes, "Yeah, okay, I'll bring her right over. It's not like Hooker Gina's dead." "No, all hookers are dead inside, son."
Did you see the thing on the 10,000 cattle that died?
No.
Suddenly, in Kansas, there was 10,000. Yeah. Like literally, it was maybe I think it was overnight.
It's happening.
10,000 cattle died.
Fucking plants.
In quote a heat wave in Kansas, putting more pressure on the food markets, of course. But yeah, 10,000 head of cattle. Just so when I first heard it, I'm like, well, maybe a lightning strike, but I guess there was no.
That's a big ass lightning strike to kill 10,000 of them.
And like the next thing that ever was
it's like your Elden Ring cast.
What? Yeah.
Well, 9,999. Fuck, I didn't get it. Shoot that one in the head.
I
said shoot in the head, Charlie. Oh, my bad.
Yes.
Why is it always me? Why do I gotta be the one sticking things in things? I don't want to do that
You
anymore.
do it to yourself.
You had me fucking the pole outside.
Yeah.
I just stuck a finger in a cow's butt. The missus, his fucking best friend, is over in California right now, shoving elbow to shoulder deep in a fucking cattle to make him pregnant.
When Andy was loaded, he rammed into a pole. Which is a big turnaround for Andy, because usually when he's loaded, a pole's getting rammed into him.
What's that from?
I know it was a Comedy Central roast. It was Artie Lang talking about Andy Dick.
Yes, yes.
I can't even remember who. I think, they were roasting Will Shatner. But
No, Pamela Anderson.
no, it was Will Shatner.
Was it Will Shatner?
Yeah, that one was Will Shatner.
Because wasn't that, no.
I'm sure. I'm sure.
All right, I'll take your word for it.
I'm sure.
Because I remember Andy Dick he almost got kicked off.
Well, they were all on a bunch of them, but
Andy Dick almost got kicked off the roast of Pamela Anderson, remember?
no.
He goes, yeah. He goes by and he goes, yeah, with her wall-eyed nipples. He grabs it, says, he starts shaking them, pretending to shoot the ceiling. It's like, whoa, buddy. Back then when you could grab tit and not get in trouble for it. I'm arresting myself.
I don't think you really. Anyway,
Andy Dick did.
yeah, but it's Andy Dick.
Is he still alive?
I
We should
think
have him
so.
on the show.
I think.
He'll ruin the show. No.
I was talking about. We were talking about at the beginning and the last show we had, the drag shows there with the kids. This is something that was brought up that I didn't realize before, and I actually saw the video of it going on. Wow, there's like these kids going out in drag, and these like this adult. This kid was dancing around this adult in like a thong or some shit, and he's putting money in. Like in the background was a neon sign lit up, and it said, "It's not gonna lick itself."
I knew I left that somewhere. I usually put it right over the bed. It's just as he's about to fall asleep. Zzz. Charlie, what? The sign's on. Well, I mean, it's not wrong.
Yeah.
I'll be back. Look, I'm tossing my own salad.
What the hell's wrong with you?
Hey. I don't need your help.
Yeah.
I can do it myself.
That was the best scary movie.
It was. 1 and 2 were cool. 3, 4, 5. I think there's a 6 now.
I'm sure there is.
I don't fucking know.
I'm sure there is.
They were not there. 1 and 2 were awesome. 1 because it was a perfectly timed spoof that was very well executed. And then 2 because it was just fucking awesome.
I got the one this is from Fox News. The USA Today. All right, USA Today is NewsGuard certified. And anyone who doesn't know, NewsGuard is a site that certifies different news facets to be like, this one is
Reputable.
Yeah. USA Today is 100% NewsGuard certified. Probably until now. USA Today deletes 23 articles by one reporter after review finds quotes appeared to be fabricated. Now, throughout this whole thing, apparently this reporter made up quotes from interviews that never happened, or interviews that may have happened, but just quotes that didn't happen.
Yeah.
Research from here, I'll just read it.
Sorry.
After receiving an external correction request, USA Today audited the reporting work of Gabriela Miranda. The audit revealed that some individuals quoted were not affiliated with the organizations claimed and appeared to be fabricated. The existence of other individuals quoted could not be independently verified. In addition, some stories included quotes that should have been credited to others, USA Today wrote in a message to readers. As a result, USA Today removed 23 articles from its website and other platforms for not meeting our editorial standards, the message continued. We strive for accurate, blah, blah, blah. The fact that this was News Guard certified 100% and all this is going on puts a question, okay, so all this News Guard is supposed to be fucking, make it reputable. Like
Not left or right, but down the middle.
Well, not yeah. It's just like, are you getting your information correct and from reliable sources? Clearly, NewsGuard is off because USA Today now is like, oh, this person. So that just shows. So apparently, USA Today are not going over or not fact checking, air quotes, their reporters and their journalists when they give them, this is what I got. All right, perfect. And they just fucking put it out there.
Cut and print.
So what other bullshit narratives are they putting out there? Not that there's any narratives. I'm sure there's not, especially 100% certified by NewsGuard. What other bullshit that could be out there that would be, say, like, I don't know, somewhere where someone that barely gets anything right, Alex Jones. What's on that level of just completely made up bullshit? Because they're definitely not like turning frogs genders or
they're turning the freaking frogs gay.
There's definitely not Bohemian Grove. They're definitely not burning effigies of children in front of owl gods.
That's all fake.
It is. But NewsGuard.
But USA Today is 100% real and accurate. I trust them 100%. 60% of the time, I trust them every time.
Speaking of Fox, they flipped the script and promote trans child. There was a whole thing on Fox News where they're promoting a trans kid coming out, and which usually you don't see that in Fox News, but Fox now is promoting kids transitioning, like at a young age. They were like cheering them on, congratulating them. And we've had that whole argument before. It's like, I mean, that argument's been fucking everywhere. Whether kids are mature enough to decide, like, I'm a girl. And like, who was it? I think it was actually Bill Maher that said, if kids knew what the hell they wanted to be at a young age, we'd have way more cowboys and princesses professionally. Yeah. And I'm like, well, that's spot on. But Fox is promoting it. And then on the flip side, CNN, with this new ownership, they're trying to weed out the biased personalities and talking heads and actually get back to regular journalism. Yeah. So it's almost like the two sides are flipping script. Again, like we were talking about Republicans, Democrats, rewind the clock 15 years, and Republicans are trying to censor fucking everything, and the Democrats are the ones, we need free speech. What the fuck happened there? And now it's happening again with CNN and Fox News. Like, I can't keep up with it.
What the fuck was that?
I can't keep up with it. What the fuck? Yeah, that's what happens. That's what happens in my brain when I just read all this shit. I'm like, there's not sides anymore.
2 weeks.
It's a fucking spike. Now it is becoming that conspiracy theory board with the string attached to everything. I don't fucking understand what's going on. But now there's so much yarn. You just go to fucking Joann Fabrics and get every bit of yarn they have. They're like, I need more thumbtacks because there's so many fucking points that have to connect to other points. By the time you look at it, you have a whole fucking tapestry. It was a bulletin board, but now it's just a rug.
All I can think about what the 2 weeks. How long are you gonna be here? 2 weeks. Did you bring anything? 2 weeks. You're in for a surprise. Sorry. For some reason, that whole scene played through my head when you did that. Don't stop being you.
So there's a bunch of stuff on mRNA vaccine that's been coming out too, that like CDC wants, or says children under 5 are okay to get the Pfizer vaccine or booster or something like that. And
nope, not vaccinating me or my own.
Apparently, according to the New York Post, the mRNA cures cancer, or some forms of cancer, help cure pancreatic cancer. Some forms of it, I guess, in certain stages. Through all this bullshit, do you know what doom ecology is? Doomsday ecology.
I have some ideas.
It's on the conspiracy theory iceberg.
Mm-hmm.
So, for everybody at home, for you, the doom ecology it's a theory that the way our system is designed, like government, just the entire structure of the United States, it's designed to fail. Not like when they design it, it's like, we're going to design this so it fails. Just where we are, it's going to fail. Doom ecology basically is because it's going to fail, the idea is once it crashes, we can rebuild it. So why don't we just force it into a nosedive and crash the entire thing so we can completely restructure our, like, everything, the economy, everything, the whole structure of everything. Does it feel like we're in that sort of right now?
Oh, hell yeah.
Without being crazy conspiracy theorists. If you just I mean, again, when you're in scenarios like this, you kind of look at things and be like, that definitely matches and that matches. But it just seems like everything socially, financially, everything across the board.
Basically, the square goes into the square, the triangle goes into the square, and the circle goes into the square.
Yeah. It's like,
yeah, you're right.
When the blocks are this big and the hole's this big, it's like anything can go in there. That could also be dangerous, too. It's like, aliens are real.
Oh, I thought we were talking about putting things in holes.
Yeah. See? That's why you're on the pole. But does it seem like we are in a doom ecology?
Oh,
because everything is like falling. I mean, we've had, we've had the recession back in 2008.
Under former President Barack Obama.
And then we had the .com burst, which is in the early 2000s.
Yep. President Bush.
And we've had
former President Bush.
Gas prices that were soared before back in, I think it was again in the recession.
You mean when they when they hit $4?
Yeah.
Oh, when that was unbearable.
I remember when that was crazy. It was back in like 2007, 2008 again.
Yep.
And now we're hitting $5. And inflation going up 8.6%, and then stagflation on the horizon, recession again on the horizon, and we have supply shortages. Now they're predicting food shortages because everything going on.
Just the thought.
Major division between pretty much every group in America.
I'm noticing a trend. What was gas 50 years ago?
Oh God, what was it? It was like 80-some cents a gallon when we were born. 50, so 50 years ago, it was probably like
5 cents a gallon.
50 cents. No, not that cheap.
Let's say 25 cents a gallon.
Probably 40, something like that.
Just going to throw random numbers out.
All right.
To get my point across. 25 cents a gallon, let's say. 50 years ago. 25 years ago, gas was breaking $2.
Right.
5 years ago, gas was breaking $3. It was just, gas was breaking $3.
5 years ago, we were probably about
2 something.
Yeah.
You notice how every time stuff starts to go up, this country suddenly does bad, and then everything goes. But when the dust settles, so here's the point I'm making. Here's where it started. The balloon swelled. Now pay attention, and then we fixed it, and it went back down. Mm-hmm. Now, mind you, this is where it started. We got here, and we're happy to be here.
Right.
Fast forward 10 more years, 20 more years. Now the level's here.
I see what you're saying.
And then, oh, thank God. Fast forward another 20 years. Oh.
Well, that's also inflation, which, again, like with crypto and everything else, some inflation is good.
But the reason I bring it up is I agree with the doom ecology.
Yeah. Doom ecology.
Doom ecology. I agree with I feel like we're headed to it. You're right. But from that like chessboard perspective, that chess game perspective, is it doom ecology, or is that another way? Is it just a rinse and repeat the process to get these numbers higher so that the red-blooded blue-collar American goes, all right, well, this is as bad as it's gotten. Well, it's finally going down. And then it moves up higher, and then it goes down, and then it goes up a little higher.
Like when you said, oh, man, 470 whatever is not that bad.
Yep.
But again, because I go back to doom ecology, where they're just tanking it and tanking it.
But here's the thing. Is it doom ecology?
Or is it just bad leadership?
Or, no. Is it a vicious circle? Rinse and repeat. We keep doing this process, and we keep stepping a little bit further, a little bit further, a little bit further. Because how many times have you heard in our lifetime mass shootings, racial segregation, this and that, terrorists? As bad as things have gotten, what do you remember old folks saying when we were kids? Oh, it was never this bad when I was a kid. Here we are saying, oh, it was never this bad when I was a kid.
Well,
now do you get the point I'm making?
The difference is, and I think this is huge, the question is always, and I don't really think there might be if you do massive research across the board, like, but the big thing is now with social media, you have access to everything, including bullshit. And was it that bad then, or we just didn't know?
I had a feeling you were going to go that angle. And here's what I'm going to say to that. Is it we didn't know, or were we not aware of it? And there's a difference.
It's the same thing.
No. Parents, what do? Do you talk to Girly about President Biden? No. Her childhood is growing up not even knowing what politics is.
Right.
Until it punches her in the face as an adult.
Yeah.
Then she suddenly becomes self-aware. And all of a sudden, all the imperfections, all the goods, the bads, the lefts, the rights, the ups, the downs, the blacks, the whites, whatever. All of that stuff she is suddenly aware of. Now, you're right. Today, we have social media. All the good with the bad.
Right.
All the truth with the false. Were we aware, were we just hearing old people bitch because we thought they were just old people bitching? Or were they aware of the imperfections and what the fuck was going wrong? And here we are, kids not paying attention. Here we are as teens, and you know what I'm going to say. You know I'm right when I say this. Oh, I could take on the world. You old folks are bitching about it. I'll get a job and pay my taxes. I'll do just fine. And then here we are when we get slapped with reality, and I'm talking real life, not 24, 25, 26-year-old real life. I'm talking, hello, 30 fucking 5. Now you got to worry about the next 20, 30 years because you don't know what it's going to hold.
Right.
Like I said, I agree with the doom ecology. But talking about it like that got me thinking and my wheels spinning. I'm like, how many times have we seen rinse and repeat, vicious circle, round and round we go?
After
fuck you, Mike.
Saying, the whole thing with, were we aware, or is it really worse? I think it's a combination of the two. And based on one thing my mother said when the lockdowns first started, she goes, I never thought this would happen in my lifetime. And I was like, really? You don't? Well, think about it. Like, the world has never been as small as it is now. We are so connected across the planet. Travel, you can get a plane ticket to go to France for like $200. Not anymore. It is so cheap. Well, prior. But it is so easy to go across the world now. It doesn't cost $5,000 anymore. Well, now it probably does, but it doesn't cost that much at the time to go to connect the world, let alone we're in the beginning of a type 1 society phone system or communication system with the internet. Like, the world is so much smaller than it was even 20 years 40 years ago. Yeah. So when she said, I never thought this would happen, I'm like, when a pandemic happens like that and it's so easily spread nation to nation, person to person, like, I'm shocked it took this long, like 2021 or 2019 at the time. Like, I'm shocked it took this long. Like, because we've been connected like this for the last 20 years.
So, real quick, because you said, aren't they the same thing? Knowing and being aware. If you know something is wrong versus you're aware of something going on that's wrong. Do you understand what I'm saying now?
No.
You know stealing is wrong.
Right.
Do you steal?
No.
Okay. You walk into the store, pay for your groceries, and you leave. You're not aware that some guy just pocketed 8 beers and 4 Kit Kat bars and walked out behind you. You're not aware of it.
But I don't know it either.
Exactly. And that's what No. You said you said, aren't they the same thing? I said no, in regards to us being aware as children of what was going on. We weren't aware of the real world and its problems.
You just agreed with me and then argued me in the same sentence.
No. Fuck you.
I don't know, but I'm not aware.
You know what... hold on.
Are you lost?
No, I'm not lost. You're just totally missing the point I'm making.
I am. I really am. And I don't mean to laugh. It's just funny.
You know how to do plumbing?
I know how... Yes. I know how to solve this. I just so happen to have dictionary.com. Let's look up... I got a story to tell you. It's a short one, too.
All right. And then we'll end on that.
Okay. Aware.
What does you look up what does aware mean? I will look up what does to know something.
Not Thesaurus Dictionary.
Hold on.
Thesaurus knowing. Adjective.
Oh, you're gonna love this.
Having knowledge, conscious, informed, alert, knowledgeable, sophisticated, cognizant.
The definition of know: be aware of through observation.
So
inquiry,
aware has not know in its definition, and know has aware. So what the fuck is your point? Are you aware they stole it? No, I also don't know they stole it. This,
but you know.
Cheers, buddy.
Cheers. Go fuck yourself.
Oh man, I don't even remember. Oh,
The context of how I was using it was:
okay,
you know, crime is wrong,
right. I'm also aware.
but are you aware of every crime happening right now?
I know, and I don't know every crime happening right now either.
Oh, fucking Christ. I'm using the wrong words. Go fuck yourself.
I know.
Go fuck yourself.
That would be a perfect place to end, but I want to tell you this
I hope
short.
you get your first prostate exam. I hope it's a big burly guy with like sausage fingers. Oh, this is gonna be fun.
I had to. I went to the other school the other day and I worked and I was talking to Preston, and he was telling me we got talking about
Unfuckable object.
actually, yeah, he brought that up and we started cracking up, but he brought up the whole he took the floor machine and he goes, I was riding on the floor machine and they were doing like a custodial appreciation day, whatever the hell, and he goes, so I'm riding down the hallway and the kids are all there and the teacher's there and thinking I'm a big shot. I was waving. I go to do a 0-point turn. He goes, instead of a 0-point turn, he goes, I turned directly into the lockers. He goes, the teachers start laughing. He goes, he goes, well, it's a good thing I'm just a temp. I thought about the story. I cracked up laughing there. And then I thought about the next day at work. I started cracking up laughing again. Then he also said, he's like, you know the doors going down to the 7th grade wing? I'm like, yeah. He goes, that go to the Nellis and there's...
Yeah.
I go, yeah. He goes, you notice how they're missing? I go, yeah. He goes, I go, you seriously? He goes, I was down there and I went to go around the corner, but they had like bags or something there, and I went to swerve out of the way and miss it. And he goes, I swerved and the door, I went right into the side wall. He goes, I knocked the fucking cinder blocks out. Like he goes, one of the guys.
Preston, come on,
he goes,
man.
one of the guys that works there goes, are you sure you tapped it? It looks like you fucking railed right into it. I go, what's the machine look like? He goes, the machine's fine. I'm like, I am fucking shocked.
Are you sure?
Preston, that one's for you, buddy. I had to share that one because that one cracked me up for a couple days.
That's what happens when you think about unfuckable objects.
Oh, it's a long one. My legs hurt.
Yeah.